My name is Nicole Gehring, and I am our Community and Government Relations Director. And what I do is I handle all of our local government issues for the contractors. They do a lot of work for local governments, and we want to make sure that that work is fair and open so that they're able to complete that work.
Wonderful. And how long have you been with ABC?
So I will have been with ABC 11 years at the end of December.
Well, let me start by saying that certainly the skilled and trained workforce is a very important component here in making sure we have quality apprentices, quality workers. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts about ABC and the great impact, the value that the program is here that's getting people into the industry, training them and developing them.
Yeah, ABC is a great alternative for people that want to do something different other than construction. I mean, get rid of all that. Ask me the question again.
Tell us a little bit about your thoughts about the apprenticeship program, the ability to develop and train people for the industry.
Yeah, when I first came to ABC 11 years ago, I didn't have a lot of information or knowledge about apprenticeship. And what I've learned here and what I've seen these students do, as Ann mentioned earlier, they're coming back and they're owning their own companies. They're doing amazing work. Any kind of project you look at, anything that's being built in any community, there's an ABC worker or an ABC apprentice working on that job. So when you're looking at the Stockton Courthouse, ABC members worked on that. When you're looking at Google down in San Jose, ABC members are working on that. So it was whatever comes to mind. Amazon, Tesla, our members and the apprentices are doing amazing quality work.
And what are the types of programs or activities that ABC offers people coming through to really train and develop them? What does ABC really do to get those people from point A to point B of success?
So we have a couple different offerings. We have the 5 state and federally approved apprenticeship programs. You've got the carpentry, plumbing, painters, laborers, and electricians program. Those range from 2 to 5 years. We also have craft training opportunities to bring people from the disadvantaged communities into the workforce. For example, we just recently completed a program with the Salvation Army up in Sacramento and held a job fair in conjunction with that training. It included OSHA training and then construction leadership training, as well as a little bit of the electrical training. And those students actually graduated with their electrical trainee card, which allows them to work in the state of California with electrical contractors. So that's some of the things that we're doing. We're getting opportunities all the time to work in school districts to do learning labs and construction boot camps with them. It's just the opportunities are boundless at this point. So it's a very exciting time for construction because we have such a massive workforce shortage right now. So now is the time to get into the industry. It is very popular now. CTE is, people are paying attention to it now. So it's the best time to recruit, especially in the schools.
Let's take a minute and talk a little bit about, you say CTE, and maybe you could define that a little bit for people who may not be familiar with that acronym, but also a little bit about understanding for people who are coming out, whether they're coming out of high school or looking at a career tech program, vocational ed, or a 4-year college, 2-year college. What would be the advice to people who are looking at kind of the great horizon there and trying to figure out what they want to do with their life?
Well, one of the things that we can talk to them about is, the construction training programs that we have and the opportunities to be able to work for a contractor after you receive your training and to be able to work full time. So if you are looking for an opportunity to maybe get started in construction, you can start on the ground level, or maybe you went to college and you learned about the construction management program, or you had like Fresno State, for example, you were in their construction management program and you were able to meet some of our members through that and have that opportunity to go right over to a job. That is one thing that's out there. Also, our apprenticeship programs, you earn while you learn, so you actually don't have, so for those that are not college bound, where the other alternative, where you actually don't have any student debt and you come out having worked the entire time, and it's 100% employment as soon as you're done. I mean, it's really a great opportunity to put you to work right away without any waiting.
It's really amazing. You work a lot at the community level. Are there particular components at the community level that are very unique? You find every community is a little bit unique in terms of what their needs and their desires are in terms of skilled workforce and what their development plans are. Lately, I know there's been a lot, certainly at the rebuilding of Sonoma and Napa and those challenges. But as you're looking at all these different areas, is every community a little bit unique in terms of what their needs are?
Every community is unique, but I personally find the same construction issues in every community. So local hire is a big concern for people in their communities. They want to hire local contractors. I think the best way to do that is to keep your contracting policies open and use fair and open competition and not to restrict that pipeline. What I found is that the push for the project labor agreements, I've seen it in many communities across California, and it's the same issue, unfortunately, at every place. But we are there to be able to do that education, to educate the community that they really need to leave their opportunities open for everyone to increase the amount of people from their community that can get into the workforce.
What would you recommend for elected officials, whether it's a city council member, a state legislator, to get a better understanding? I think there's some who have a real good grasp of what the industry is all about, what ABC is all about, and there are some who just don't have much of an idea at all. Well, what would you recommend to them to get a better feel and understanding?
So the best way that the elected officials can really and truly know and understand what's going on is to come to something like a craft competition, such as what we are having today. That's where you can see the faces of the industry. Another way is for us to bring apprentices to them so that they can meet the face of the worker, so they can actually see who is working in the industry and how diverse, the ABC apprentices are. They encompass, the entire universe. It really is a long-term process. A lot of it is us being very visible in our communities, building relationships, and we cover a Northern California area, so we have multiple counties, so it is very difficult for us to get to know and get to be best friends with all of our elected officials. But what we try to do is have our members also do that as well and understand the importance of having those relationships with our elected officials. So it's a multi-pronged approach, and it is definitely a long-term process.
One last question, thank you, you've been here 12 years, which is amazing, and congratulations. You've seen a lot of things come and go. Was there one particular item or hallmark or bellwether activity or event that you're particularly proud of? Something you're looking back, thinking you personally, but also the organization as a whole has been able to accomplish since you've been here?
Yeah, one of the things that's most rewarding is not specifically one particular thing, but for example, when I first started working for ABC, we had a project labor agreement threat up in the area of Marin County at the Marin County Sanitation Agency. They had their wet weather improvement project, and it was under a project labor agreement threat. And we were able to convince the board of directors of that agency to leave that project open, and one of our members from that area was able to get that job as a result of that. And that's kind of what the most rewarding thing is for me of ABC, is when we are able to have victories such as that and keep those projects open, and then those projects go out to bid, and we then see our members and their workforce working on that project in their community.
Very exciting. Well, thank you very much. Is there anything else you'd like to add or talk about?
ABC is great people. It's a great place to work. It's great to see the progress and the growth over all the years, and it's just a really great community of people. And I recommend everybody take a little bit of time to learn about ABC and the construction trades and everything that we are doing to help build better communities. Thank you.